loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a brand new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Hungry Root, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. And Hungry Root is the easiest way to eat healthy. They're like your personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped into one. They take care of the weekly meal planning and grocery shopping by recommending healthy groceries and delicious recipes tailored to your tastes, nutrition preferences, and health goals. And with everything going on, such as me running my 2 different businesses and then being the mom that I want to be, where I spend all my time with my daughter, it's been a little bit difficult to find time to grocery shop and then also cook a really healthy, balanced meal every single night. And I got especially excited when Hungry Root reached out to me because there could not have been a more perfect time in my life for me to discover something like Hungry Root. Hungry Root is like having a personal shopper and nutritionist. You tell them your dietary needs and your goals, and then they'll fill your cart with healthy groceries and quick, easy recipes. And this was really important to me because I am nursing right now, and I do have certain dietary restrictions, such as avoiding dairy and soy, because my little one tends to have an intolerance to those. So I really love how Hungry Root gets to know you on a personal level. You get to input your preferences, your tastes, your likes, your dislikes, and then it also takes into account your lifestyle and how much time you actually have for cooking. So most meals take 15 minutes or less, and they've got clean, nourishing options that support your energy and your wellness even when time is limited. And they're offering an amazing deal right now where you can get 40% off your first Hungry Root box and plus a free item in every box for life when you use my code GEMGoddess at checkout. So you can click the link below or go to hungryroot.com and use the code GEMGoddess in order to get 40% off your first box, plus a free gift in every delivery forever. And again, you can go to hungryroot.com or click the link below to get 40% off, plus your free gift for life, or scan the QR code on screen and use the code GEMGoddess to get your special offer. Hungry Root has been such a special new addition in my life, and I'm so excited to share it with you. And thank you so much to Hungry Root for sponsoring today's video. I hope you guys love them just as much as I do. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a brand new pick a card reading, and this one is a yes or no question. So if you clicked on this video, if you felt called to it, if there is a question that you have in your mind, a yes or no question, this video is going to help you discover the answer to that yes or no question, and we're going to try to get as much information as possible. So when we get a yes or a no, we're trying to ask Spirit to give us more details about that yes or no that will help you bring the most clarity to whatever answer or to whatever question that needs answering for you. So that is what we're going to do in today's video. That is the intention that we set. Of course, we always bring information that's for your highest good at this time. And I read the tarot cards and the oracle cards and connect to angels and spirit of 100% pure white light in order to bring you those messages. And in today's video, we have 4 different groups. So you're going to use your intuition to choose one of these 4 different groups. But first, I want you to think about your question. Hold it in your mind. Bring clarity to it, and then ask Spirit, ask your intuition to help guide you to the right pile that's going to bring you that answer. And then that's when I want you to open your eyes. So first, close your eyes, think about that question, really start to embody that question. And then as you open your eyes, see which one just magnetizes towards you. See which one just calls to you, or you feel a magnetic pull to it, or it's the first one that your eyes dart to when you open your eyes and look at the different group options that we have here. Perhaps before even clicking on this video, maybe there was a pile that stood out to you, and that means it has an answer for you within it already. So then you'd go ahead and tune into that one. But if you do have a particular question, I'd highly recommend holding it within your body, within your mind first, then looking at the cards. But of course, maybe you were drawn to a certain group when you clicked on this video, and then that just means that there's a message in that group for you as well. Of course, there's also timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can easily navigate through this video and skip right ahead to your personal reading all about your yes or no question and the answer that you need to hear today. So that is what this is all about. Another way that you can tap into your intuition if visually looking at the groups is not working for you is you can also hold the question within your mind, of course. Ask Spirit, ask your intuition to guide you. Then you can hold your hand over each of the groups and just feel what kind of energy you sense in that group. Is there one that calls to you? Is there one that you get a magnetic pull towards? Is there one that stands out to you amongst the rest? Is there one that gives you a hot or cold sensation, or it's just different than the rest of the groups? Then that is, of course, your intuition speaking to you. And everyone has intuition. It is your sixth sense, and it permeates time, space, reality. And that is why your intuition knows exactly which group is going to resonate for you and give you the answer that you need to hear today. So that is, again, how this video works. There's timestamps linked down below in this video. And then for those of you that like to choose with the crystals and you like to get a close-up of the crystals, I'm also going to be providing you a close-up of each of the crystals. Of course, you can also pause the video to take all the time that you need, but usually your intuition speaks to you very quickly. So with that being said, over here on group number 1, we have this beautiful piece of malachite as the crystal that is on this group. So if you find yourself drawn to the malachite crystal or to group number 1, then that's going to be your pile. Then over on group number 2, we have this beautiful piece of Aqua aura quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to group number 2 or to the Aqua aura quartz, then that's going to be your answer that you need to hear today, all about your yes or no question. Then over on group number 3, we have this beautiful piece of amethyst. So if you're drawn to the amethyst group, then that is going to be your pile, group number 3s. And then over on group number 4, we have this gorgeous piece of selenite. It's in the shape of a wand. It's like a spiraling wand. So if you find yourself drawn to the selenite group, then group 4 is going to be your pile. So of course, you can take all the time that you need, even pause the video if you'd like, if you need some more time to choose your particular group for your question. All the timestamps are linked down below as always, and I cannot wait to get into this video for you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, my group number 1s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, so my group number 1s, let's go ahead and find out the answer to your yes or no question. We have Knight of Swords upright. So the immediate answer that I get from this is that there is a rush behind whatever you're asking, or maybe you're in a rush to find out. Maybe there's a lot of energy behind this, or perhaps it's a decision that you need to make very quickly. Knight of Swords upright. He comes with a few different answers. Because it did come out upright, I'm getting a yes for you. However, I'm also getting the feeling that it is best to try to take as much time as possible to think about it, because the wisdom of the Knight of Swords is that he moves really fast. He feels rushed, or he feels like he just wants the outcome right away. And sometimes he rushes into things without kind of thinking about the details quickly enough. And then sometimes he's kind of like, oh, I could have said it better, or I could have done it better, or I could have, you know, been more thorough or understood things better, or, you know, not rushed into it. Because sometimes when we rush into things, then we have overlooked some of the details. However, I am getting this feeling like there is this rush of positive energy behind it, and I am getting a beautiful, nice, positive energy here. But there is some advice from Spirit about being cautious still, and then trying your best to like be more detailed, be a little bit more slow, because there's that saying, the turtle wins the race. And so when you're the rabbit or you're the turtle, of course the rabbits move faster, but they don't actually win the race because they've overlooked a lot of things along the way. Whereas the turtle who goes slow actually wins the race because he took his time and really was a bit more thorough about things. So for some of you, like if you can, put more time, energy, and attention towards whatever this thing is that you're asking about. Put more time, energy, and effort towards your response or your thoughts or your actions or whatever it is that's going into this. But I am, again, getting a very positive energy, but don't rush it. There is also this energy that I'm getting for some of you. Like this could be something that perhaps is coming very quickly again. Like it could be like a situation or event that's like right on the horizon and we need to make a quick decision or we need to act fast on it. And in that case, it's just like, again, like whatever window of time that you have, utilize whatever window of time that is and really utilize it to the best of your ability. 8 of Pentacles being upright and then the Hierophant being reversed. There is something where perhaps like advice from other people are telling you to be a bit more cautious, because of the Hierophant being reversed, there's this energy of like think about things, or, you know, really start to act from your highest place. And the Eight of Pentacles is saying to put work in, to put effort into this, and to do it from the best of your ability. Like if you think about making fine art, right? We can't just like slap it together in one day, nor can we slap it together in a week, nor can we really slap it together sometimes in a month. Sometimes it takes us like a bit of time. And so there is, again, an energy here of like, if you want to be more detail oriented, if you want it to come out so beautifully, if you want things to turn out beautifully, whatever it is that you're asking about, whatever it is that you're going towards, really it's talking about being detail oriented, putting that effort in, and then also letting go of distractions that might be distracting you. Like really, I'm hearing the words like scheduling time to revise, to plan, to figure it out. And then also listening to your own gut instincts, listening to your own intuition. Whenever the Hierophant comes up upright, it's more of a guidance to seek out higher wisdom. But whenever it's reversed, it's kind of this guidance to really ask yourself, how do you truly feel about the situation? How do you truly feel? It's asking you to see your truth. And it's asking you to look at the truth from your perspective rather than from anybody else's perspective. So that's also coming through here as well, is just the advice of like really starting to look at things from your personal perspective. And we also have Six of Wands upright, and then we also have reversed. And then Three of Wands being reversed here as well. So the Six of Wands and then the Three of Wands. You don't want to have any regrets, because something that I'm kind of feeling here with the Six of Wands, I am getting this feeling that if you really put time, energy, and attention towards this, you're going to feel very successful. You're going to feel very rewarded in this. You're going to feel more prepared, ready, and happy with the results. However, I am getting this feeling that if you do rush into something, or you kind of like overlook a lot of things along the way, there will be some revisions that you might have to make before you reach that full success that you're looking for, or that full outcome that you're looking for. And then Three of Wands being reversed here as well is, again, take time to smell the roses and enjoy the journey. Don't rush to the finish line. Take time to smell the roses and enjoy the journey is a huge message that's coming through as well. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have to go into our original deck of cards as well. I'm almost forgetting to go into that original deck of cards. We have Connect to Heart. So connecting to your heart. What is your heart calling you towards? How is your heart leading you in this? Where does your heart want to lead you to? Really listening to yourself and your heart. Don't forget about your heart in this process, because sometimes Knight of Swords, he likes to rush ahead with his answers, or he likes to rush ahead with his mind and thinking about the outcome, thinking about all these things that are going on in his mind. But then when we really connect to our heart, we realize maybe our heart was wanting some things along the way as well. Maybe our heart wanted to put more passion, more time, more energy towards it. Or maybe our heart was telling us to slow down a little bit and to, you know, be more detail oriented. We also have soul work coming through as well. So this is really part of your soul's journey. The worker bee is making me feel like there's some effort or work that needs to be done, or kind of like buzzing around. There's like, in order for us to smell the honey or to create the honey, it requires some work. It requires some effort. It requires time and patience and slowness, right? It's kind of like Spirit's giving me the example of cooking a meal. Like imagine if you just turn the stove on hotter to just like get it cooked faster. Sometimes it doesn't work, because then you just like sear the outside, which depending on what you're cooking might be a good thing or a bad thing. But let's say you're cooking chicken and then you like turn it on a really high temperature. You're just gonna like burn the outside, and then the inside's still gonna be raw and you can't even eat it anyway. And so you're kind of just like have to go in reverse and then revise a few things, and then maybe cut off the burnt outside and then like recook it at a slower temperature. And it kind of just slows us down altogether. So that's kind of like the example that's coming to my mind, is if you wanna make the sweetest honey, take your time, see how you can take your time. I know certain things do have certain deadlines or certain timelines that we need to accommodate. But something that I'm just really hearing for you is like, advocate for yourself, speak about the time that you need, or at least if you can revise your schedule and make certain boundaries so that you have the time to do this properly, so that you have the time to take your time, take the time that you need in order to build this properly or make it come together properly. And then we also have the card of theater coming through as well. So participate, challenge, co-create, and contend. So this could be something where you're co-creating this with somebody else. There could be somebody else involved who has certain timelines, certain deadlines, things like that. But what I'm really getting here is like, approach this in a way where both of you can be happy with the timeline that is happening. Theater's also making me think about, for you, being honest with yourself, look at how this person's taken off this mask. So for you, it could be like, let's find out more information before we particularly say yes. Or for example, if it's like signing a contract, maybe it would be best to have somebody who understands legal jargon to overlook it and just make sure that everything's good and make sure that you actually understand what you're signing, for example. Or if it's like a test that you're preparing for, perhaps it's best to take our time and really study deeply for it, because maybe there's certain things that we've overlooked and forgot about. Or if this is like, you know, maybe we're thinking about sending a certain text to someone. We're like, oh my gosh, are they going to respond well? Is this going to go well? Well, yes, but maybe we need to really think about how we approach the situation, really make a heartfelt, good message here. Or maybe you have a deadline for preparing something or finishing a project. Perhaps you're like, oh, I really want this to happen as quickly as possible. But it's what's really coming through here is like, look at the situation from clarity and realize that things have divine timing. And sometimes the best things do take a little bit of time, and sometimes they take a little bit more time than what we thought. So it's really about putting in your best foot forward in order to make the sweetest honey. And again, I am getting a yes for you. And I do feel this incredibly positive energy behind your group. It's an incredibly positive energy that I feel, actually, but Spirit's just coming through with this energy of like, maybe it's not, maybe it's best to not rush it, and that way we get the best result. So let's see what else we get here for you. I'm definitely getting this feeling of put more time in, and then we have joy, spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the result. Spread seeds of joy like a wildfire, and no doubt you will revel in the result. And then let's see what else we get for you with these cards. Ooh, that was a little bit too much, but we're going to take that top card because I feel like that top one wants to come out. So it says, sometimes you need to lose yourself in order to find yourself. Sometimes you need to lose yourself in order to find yourself. So sometimes we need to get a little bit lost and get a little bit confused in order to come back to our center. So if you have been lost or confused about whatever it is that you're asking about, sometimes it is best to lose ourselves in order to gain the clarity and refine our stance and our footing. Because a lot of the times when we're confused about something, it's because we're going through a shift ourselves, or we haven't navigated it before, so we're a little bit lost. But that lostness calls us to find ourselves again. It calls us to be like, it calls us to ask those questions about, okay, what do I really want here? What do I want the outcome to be? And then it calls us to look at the situation with clarity rather than looking at it from rose-colored glasses. It calls us to really look at it from a sense of clarity. Like, what is the situation truly? And what does it require from us? And how do we want to approach this situation moving forward with all the information that we have? And then we also have focus on the inward connection of your divine being. Focus on the inward connection of your divine being, because that is where you're going to get your deepest, most clearest answers from, by focusing on the connection of your divine being. Connect to your heart. Be loyal to yourself and your vision first and foremost. The dogs represent loyalty. Be loyal to your vision and your needs and your desires first and foremost, because that is the way where we're going to guide our life with the most happiness, with the most clarity, and stay in alignment with ourselves and not lose ourselves in the process. So that is what I'm getting here for you. My group number 1 is all about the answer to your yes or no question. So thank you so much for joining me here. I do feel like for those of you that have been seeking information, more information is going to be coming through in hot for you, especially as you take action towards whatever this thing is. But again, I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much again for joining me here for today's video. If any of you want to check out the new bracelets that we have on Luna Gem, I'll have it linked down below. We just came out with the most gorgeous new bracelets. So here we have blue topaz. This comes in a smooth bracelet or also a faceted bracelet. So if you want it to be more sparkly, we have the faceted design as well, but this one is so gorgeous and so pretty. We also have Selenite now as well, offered in the smaller bracelet kind of design. And then we also have Preonite, which is such a gorgeous bracelet as well. So definitely check out these. We also have tons of other new ones as well. Like we also have Ruby and like tons of other new bracelets as well. So I'll have all of that linked down below. We have rings, we have necklaces, we have earrings. We have so much to offer on Luna Gem. So if any of you are curious about that, I'll have it linked down below. One last thing that I'm going to say about these bracelets, just because they're my favorite. I could rave about them forever. The reason why I began this company is because I could never find bracelets that actually fit me, especially like crystal bracelets. And we make them custom to your wrist size so that they do fit you perfectly. So you can choose your wrist size on Luna Gem when you're ordering your bracelets so that they actually fit you very pristinely, very nicely. And then we also make them with gold fill so you can wear them in water and they do not tarnish, which is amazing. I've been looking for bracelets like these for years, and then I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna make my own like this. And we use the highest quality crystals as well. So you know that you're getting those spiritual kind of gem sort of feelings and all those metaphysical properties that can help enhance your energy. So anyway, that was a tongue twister. That was a mouthful. But anyway, thank you again so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 2s, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be the answer to your yes or no question. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 2s, let's go ahead and see the answer to your yes or no question. So my group 2s, what do we have here for you all about your yes or no question? We have the 9 of Wands coming up. So immediate kind of feeling here is that there are some sort of boundaries in the way, or something that feels like it's kind of stopping you. This could be like your own kind of boundaries that you've put on yourself, or kind of feeling like certain things were stuck. However, there is this energy of you being able to have a breakthrough, because whenever 9 of Wands is upright, it's about winning the battle and overcoming the battle and figuring out how to win it, whatever adversities that you are currently facing. So when it comes to whatever your yes or no question is, I am actually getting a yes for you, but it comes through your ability to not give up. It comes through your ability to strive and overcome whatever challenges are in your way. It does seem like there's something that's like either an uphill battle that you're going through, or some sort of like adversity that you have to overcome, or some sort of struggle that you might have currently been dealing with. So perhaps your question is around that. It's around something that's sort of just like, I need to win this. I need to overcome this challenge. I need to overcome this obstacle. It's like that kind of energy. And what I'm getting for you is that, yes, you do have what it takes to get over it. I do feel like you will succeed. You will overcome it. And through overcoming it, in fact, the 9 of Wands gives the information that as you overcome it, you will be smarter and wiser. And you'll be able to win it so much easier next time. You'll be able to kind of navigate things and be smarter next time, so that you don't even get into this same sort of like battle or situation or hardship. So whatever this kind of like hardship is that you are asking about, yes, you have the strength to overcome it. Yes, you will overcome it. Just continue to believe in yourself. Continue to know that you are strong enough, that you are being guided. The universe is with you as well. We have the Emperor coming through. Okay, so here's some more details here. The Emperor tells us that we absolutely, deeply, so profoundly have what it takes to succeed. And through succeeding, through overcoming whatever it is that you're currently going through, you are going to be sort of like a pro at that area of your life. And in fact, that area of your life is going to transform to becoming like where you are kind of like the leader, the conqueror, the one that sits on the throne of success. The one that sits on the throne of like, yep, I got this, I am successful, I'm at the top. Like it's literally you getting to the top. So whatever it is that you're currently working on or doing, perhaps it's kind of like, when am I going to see the results? When am I going to overcome this? When am I going to finally get to a place of relaxation and ease and feeling like I've done it? Ooh, my love, you totally have what it takes, but it really requires not giving up, and it really requires believing in yourself, because 9 of Wands is sort of like the battle that we are facing. But 9 of Wands is the soldier who has won the battle, and he's still kind of like has some of the scrapes and scratches on him from his battle, but he's like, you know what? I did it. I won it. And here we are. And then the emperor is like, oh, I've won so many battles that now I'm so confident in this, and now this is easy peasy for me. It's sort of like, when you're a kid and you're learning how to ride a bike for the first time, and at first it's like so hard. We fall down, we get scrapes and bruises. We're just like, oh my God, this is so hard. And then sometimes we feel like giving up, but then our parents encourage us. They're like, you got this. You're gonna get over it. Like, you're gonna finally learn how to do it, and then you won't fall over anymore, and you won't scrape your knees anymore. It's all worth it in the end. It's all worth it. And so whatever you're stumbling through right now, whatever it is that you're going through, you're like that child that's learning how to ride a bike, but then eventually you get so good at it that you're like, oh, I don't even need to think twice about how to ride a bike. It's literally just easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's like not even difficult at all, like literally at all. That is how you're transforming through this, as long as you continue to believe in yourself and as long as you continue to move forward and overcome those adversities. It's literally creating you into the emperor, which is the leader, the king, the sovereign of his life and of his reality and of his results. And the emperor indicates being really good with money. The emperor also rules our material world. And so if there's something materially that you're trying to achieve, whether that be in your career or monetarily, or a home that you want to buy, or a business that you really want to be successful, or whatever this is correlated to in the material plane, like purchases that you want to make, investments that you want to make, building an empire, right here. This is like being super successful, building that empire, being seen as the leader, being really appreciated, and other people being like, wow, how did you do it? Like, other people are going to come to you being like, how did you do it? And then you're going to be able to respond being like, oh, I continued to believe in myself through the adversities, and I kept going. I kept striving. I didn't give up. And because of that, that is why you're going to be the emperor and all of that. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. If there's something regarding your father, by the way, then that is also coming through, and there's like success or like a happy conclusion when it comes to any father archetype or father energy, which could be related to you, or it could be related to your father, or it could be related to someone that's related to the question. So if any of you have asked anything about that, then that would be that. If any of you have been asking the question of like, am I going to find my successful man that I'm going to marry, or my successful partner that I'm going to marry? Yes. The emperor. Yes. Oh my gosh. The emperor is like, the top-notch kind of guy that you want to be with, but it can also represent a woman as well, who's just very successful and very much a leader. For those of you that are asking anything regarding like, getting good results on a test, passing a test, yes. If any of you are asking anything about, is my business going to be successful? Am I going to be successful? Am I going to overcome whatever this struggle is? Am I going to get the money that I desire? Am I going to get the result that I want? Yes. But it requires, again, not giving up, and it really requires putting that effort in to win that battle. My tongue is just all kinds of, the words are not coming out properly. Anyway, we have recalibration. My tongue needs to be recalibrated in order to pronounce things right. And then we also have shapeshifter. So recalibration. For you, whatever has made you stumble or fall before in the past, it's going to require recalibrating yourself. No longer staying stuck on the past, no longer staying stuck on like, feeling like you're not going to make it to where you want to go. This is like a recalibration. And your small habits that you create right now, those small habits that you're beginning to integrate, those ideas that you have where you're like, oh, I should be doing this, or I should kind of, get more in line with my outcome that I desire. Those small little choices are going to be the reason why you're successful. Because when we talk about recalibration, it's not the big leaps that we do. It's those small daily habits that we have that lead us to our success. Me and my husband were talking about this on our hike literally yesterday, and he gave such a great example. He's like, and this is like obviously this is not a one size fits all example, but you'll be able to apply it to your situation. He's giving this example of like, well, every guy wants a six pack, but the only guy that has a six pack is the one that has those daily habits of going to the gym and working on his six pack. You know, everybody wants the success. Everybody wants the certain outcome, right? But the only one that actually achieves and gets that outcome is the one who puts in the effort and uses those small daily habits to work towards it and really continues it, knowing that even though I don't see results right away or something like that, or even though, you know, it might be hard to stay dedicated every single day, it's those small little recalibrations every day that you go, okay, I'm getting in more alignment. I'm going to get in more alignment. I'm going to continue to overcome this. I'm going to continue to believe in myself. I'm going to continue to go for my goal. And because of that, that's how you calibrate to the exact outcome of becoming the emperor or getting the end result that you desire. And then we also have shapeshifter coming through as well. So this requires you shifting into a new you, right? Instead of being the one who's like fighting all the battles and constantly fighting for, you know, what they desire, it's about really stepping up into that leadership position, being the person who already has what you desire and just living from that identity, living from that self-perception. Because right when you start to see yourself as the emperor, rather than the one who's fighting, when you start to see yourself from the end, your dynamic changes. The reality around you changes. Because if we're constantly being the one who is fighting, then we're not being the one who is living in the result. There's times in life where it calls us to fight, but then there's also times where we have to shapeshift. How would the emperor fight from our shoes rather than the one who's just constantly battling? How would the emperor handle our current situation? How would the version of you who already has your desire take action from your place right now? Right? The more you begin to embody that archetype of who you desire to be, and you embody that archetype into the present moment, that's going to be where you recalibrate and you shapeshift, and your reality will begin to shift to match who you're being. Reality is always a match to who you're being. And if you're constantly being somebody who fights for and strives for, reality is going to show you more things to fight for and more things to strive for. But instead, when you start being the leader, when you start embodying the version of you who already has what you desire, which this is like a whole manifestation lesson that we're getting into now, but the more that you embody that and take action from that place and say, how would that version of me choose to act in my shoes right now? What would they decide? What would they do? Now you've started acting as a new version of you. Now you've started acting as a new identity, and those are the actions that are going to calibrate you to the reality that you desire, right? And so let's go ahead and see what else that we get for you. So also Spirit wants to say is those small little actions that you're already taking are guiding you to where you're trying to go. We also have the card of trust coming through. This is about trust and belief in yourself and the outcome that you want, right? We also have strength. You have the strength to get there. You absolutely do. You have the strength to get the result and the outcome that you desire. We also have the outlaw. So what are the things that maybe you need to say no to in your life? What are the things that you need to give the boot to and say, okay, I'm no longer going to do that anymore because that was holding me back from what I wanted. And then we also have the Dare to Dream card. So Dare to Dream is like, okay, what is that big thing that you actually desire and that you're actually striving towards? What is that thing that you really desire? Because the more you allow yourself to dream of that desire, the closer that you're going to get to that outcome. And the more that you believe that you're capable of achieving that and use your strength to move towards it, to see your strength, start to see your strength, you're going to get there. You're absolutely going to get there. But again, it's really asking you, what do you need to give the boot to? What's the identity that no longer fits this new reality that you are striving towards? And let's see what else we get here for you. We also have forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. So just because there's some struggles to get there doesn't mean it's not worth it. Just because there's a thorn amidst the roses doesn't mean that the roses are not beautiful and worth growing. And then let's see what else we have for you. The more you focus on the present moment, the more you align with your inner peace. So instead of worrying about the future, instead of worrying like, am I going to get there? Am I going to get the outcome that I desire? The more you focus on the present moment, the more that you align with your inner peace, because you realize, okay, is anything actually bad happening in the present moment? No. Okay. Well, let me embody that peace because nothing bad is happening right now. Let me stop worrying about the future and let me instead call back my power and then think about, what can I do? What can I do? How can I recalibrate my mind to focus on the outcome I want rather than worrying about what I don't want? Because that's just kind of a waste of time and energy. Let's worry about it if it happens. But for now, we're fine. Let's focus on where we want to go. So that is your answer that's coming up here. My group number 2 is all about the question that you have asked. So thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I hope you found some information through here that helped give you the clarity and insight that you needed at this time. And I also just want to mention, for any of you that love crystal jewelry, my jewelry company Luna Gem just came out with the most gorgeous new bracelets. We have this beautiful blue topaz bracelet. This comes in a smooth texture, which I'm wearing the smooth one right now. But then we also have one that is faceted. So it has like little facets in it that make it really sparkly. So you can choose from 2 different options there. We also have the mini selenite bracelets out now. And then we also have preonites. And then the reason why I began the company Luna Gem is because I could never find bracelets that would fit my wrists the way that I wanted them to. They were always like either too big or, you know, just did not fit. And we offer bracelets that actually match your wrist size, so you can measure your wrist and then choose the size that fits you. And we also custom make them as well. They're made with gold fill, so you can wear them in water and they do not tarnish. So they're like the highest quality beaded bracelets that you will ever find. And we make them with super, super high quality gemstones as well, so you can get those energetic benefits from the gems that you are wearing. And then we also have rings, necklaces, earrings, other jewelry, and other crystals on the site as well. So if you're interested in checking that out, I'll have all that information linked down below. And thank you again so much for joining me here for today's video. And until next time, bye. All right, my group 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about the answer to your yes or no question. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 3s, let's go ahead and see what your answer is all about your yes or no question. So we have some Fallout cards here that just came out. We have the Magician upright. Then we have the Hangman coming out as well. Ooh, you have a powerful message here first and foremost. Okay, first off, the Magician is, you are the absolute creator of your reality. And Spirit wants you to know that. Is you have the ability to create anything that you can imagine, anything that you enjoy. And you know, everyone in this world has free will. We all have the ability to create our reality. And what is coming up for you is that you can create any reality you desire. If there's something that you're stuck upon right now, like the Hangman, it's so interesting because both of these cards, this one is a yes, the Hangman is a no, wait, not right now. There's divine timing involved in whatever it is that you're asking about. And it's not a no forever. It's a no for right now, because there's still more that has to be done. But Spirit is encouraging you, wanting you to know you are the absolute creator of your reality. You have what it takes to make your vision come to life. But there might be a reason why it's not happening right now, or it's just not happening necessarily in the exact way that you wanted it to, because the other secret about the Magician is, yes, you're the creator of your reality, but you're the co-creator of it with the universe. And get this, let's say that you really desire something and you're putting out the energy of like the outcome that you want, or something that you are visualizing for yourself, like what you'd really, really want for yourself. If you think about the life that you really, really, really want for yourself, there's an emotion that's attached to that, right? And we don't manifest based on like listing out what we want. We actually manifest based on the energy that is behind what we desire. And so let's say our energy is putting out a certain particular frequency that says like, whatever it is that you're asking about, you're like, I want it to be I want to be super happy or super successful, and I want it to feel like this, and I want it to be like this, and all these different things. But the universe knows exactly the thing that's going to match that energy for you. You might think you know what it is when you list it out. You might be like, oh, it's this and this and this, and it's this and this and this. But the universe is like, okay, no, there's actually a better thing that's going to match that energy better, because if you had exactly what it is that you wanted, you'd realize it doesn't give the exact energy of what you're asking for. Right? So sometimes we're going after a particular job and we're like, oh, I want it right now. But we don't realize that if we got that job right now, it would actually bring out a lot of insecurities in us and we wouldn't like it. And it would do all these different things. And so sometimes there's this thing known as divine timing. You know, a great example I can use for this is like, let's say that you want to manifest your dream home. And you're like, oh, I would love it to feel a certain way and be a certain way. But let's say you manifested it right now. And let's say like you had to manifest it at your current income level, and that it didn't quite turn out exactly how you wanted it, and then it didn't feel exactly how you wanted it, because you're like, wait a second, I didn't realize that what I could afford at my certain income level wasn't actually going to give me what I was asking for. And so sometimes there's a such thing as divine timing, where the universe has to rearrange itself. It has to rearrange what's happening, what's going on. And for me, I remember when I was manifesting my beach house, I had a very particular idea of what I wanted. Like I wanted it to be brand new, right on the beach, right on a very particular street. And I wanted to have a beach view, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, floor to ceiling windows, concrete floors. Very, very specific, okay? It was very specific. I wanted to have an outdoor shower. I wanted it to have sliding doors, so it's like indoor, outdoor living. I wanted it to have a little Zen garden space, all these things. And so it was really specific. So yes, I did write down exactly what I wanted. However, what was interesting is that quite literally didn't exist on the street that I was wanting it to be on. It literally did not exist, nor did I really have the ability to afford that street. And so the universe kept putting it off, months later. And then what's crazy is there ended up being a month where all of a sudden somebody was remodeling a house there and then put it up for rent right after, and like completely tore down what was there before and like rebuilt this brand new house. It had floor to ceiling windows, concrete floors, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, outdoor shower, little Zen garden, sliding doors, and like the Zen area that I wanted. And it was literally like all the things that I had asked for. And it was right on the street that I was asking for too, with a beach view and all these things. And so it took time to actually get there. And I kept wondering, like, when am I going to finally move there? When am I going to finally get to go there? And then what's crazy is it ended up being within my budget too, which is a whole other story. But anyway, that's a crazy long story. But that's to kind of paint the picture of like, sometimes there's divine timing involved. Sometimes we don't see why we can't have it right now. But there's things that are orchestrating within the universe that need to shift, that need to change in order to bring you what you desire. So yes, you're being the magician of your reality, and you have the ability to manifest it, but there is something here that's calling for a pause, and that says that there is divine timing involved about when this is meant to happen, when this is meant to come to fruition. And it just seems like it's not quite right. Meow. Let's see what else we get here for you. My group 3s. What else do we have for you? We have ancestors coming through. What I'm getting here is there's something that's still growing. There's a seed that you've planted, but look, it's still growing. It still has to grow. Look at this tree that has to grow. Sometimes we plant a seed and we keep looking at it every day being like, when is it going to sprout? 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 And sometimes certain seeds take, 7 days to sprout. Certain seeds take 30 days to sprout. Certain seeds start sprouting months later, or they wait for the right season even. There's certain seeds that need certain seasons to sprout. And look, we have manifest here for you. Oh my gosh, we have manifest and the magician. I just got goosebumps when I looked at that. Oh, I got goosebumps all over my arms. You are going to manifest something better than you could even imagine. It's going to be better than what you thought. Continue to seek out your outcome. Continue to move forward in that direction. Do not give up hope on it. And I know sometimes that's like the hardest thing to do is like, well, how do I keep seeking it out if I'm going to get disappointed? Well, what Spirit wants to say is don't get disappointed, because each step that you take, you get closer and closer to your outcome. Each time you seek something, even if it's not the thing that you've been wanting, you're that much closer to discovering the outcome that you desire. You're that much closer to what you want. You're that much closer to the creation of what you want. So do not give up hope. Thomas Edison, or I believe it's Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, I think it was Thomas Edison that made the light bulb, right? Anyway, failed 10,000 times, over 10,000 times trying to make the electric light bulb. People thought he was crazy. They're just like, you've obviously proven that it can't happen because you failed over 10,000 times. You've proven that there's no way to make this work. And he was like, what? That's crazy talk. I've only found over 10,000 ways that it won't work, which means I'm that much closer to finding out the way that does work. Imagine if you were trying something 10,000 times. Like, a lot of us would have given up after like the 10th try. And then some of us would have given up after the 100th. Some of us would have given up after the 1,000th and been like, okay, this is clearly over 10,000 times. Over 10,000 times, okay? Did not give up hope because he's like, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm just going to do this. This is what I'm gonna do. That is how you become unstoppable. That is how you create any outcome that you desire. Okay, so maybe it's not meant to happen exactly right now, but there's a reason for that. And what I can tell you right now, based on the energy that's coming through here, is the thing that's manifesting for you. The reason why it's taking a while is because it's literally going to be better than what you currently thought. Imagine if you, this example is coming to my mind. Imagine if you rush the process of growing something, which they do a lot in the food industry. Sometimes they give like different hormones, different like growth hormones to animals to make them grow faster in order to produce like meat much faster, which is like super sad. But however, it's literally like less quality, and also it's just like damaging. It's no bueno. We don't like that. So when it comes to you and your desires, embrace the fact that it might take a little bit of time to grow. Embrace the fact that a plant might take a little bit of time to sprout. Like an avocado tree actually takes years before it even bears fruit. And so for you, for the outcome that you're desiring, continue manifesting it, because my love, is it ever going to be better than you could have ever imagined? It's going to be so dang worth the wait. It's just the same concept too as like, have you ever like heard of the lesson where it's like, they have like a classroom of kids and they say to the kids like, oh, I can give you one piece of candy right now, but if you're willing to wait till the end of the day, I'll give you 2 pieces of candy. But for those of you that choose to get your candy right now, you're not going to get the second piece of candy. But if you choose to wait till the end of the day, I'll give you 2 pieces of candy. It's like, oh, well then I'd rather wait and get the 2 pieces. But some people, they want their outcome right now, and they say like, no, I want it right now. So they end up just like going for it right now, not realizing that like if they waited, it literally would have been better. They would have gotten more. And it's not, the universe isn't like making you wait to punish you by any means, but there's usually certain things that we need to learn along the way, certain growth that needs to happen, or the universe just needs to continue rearranging itself in order to make room for the vision that you have and the energy that you're bringing into the world, right? Because the magician, it's literally bringing your thought into reality, bringing your vision into reality. And so that's part of the process of what's happening and what you're doing right now. And literally you will manifest. It is growing. It's literally growing and sprouting. You're becoming somebody new. And a message that I'm getting for you is you're actually becoming somebody new along this journey. And that's why it hasn't happened yet, is because you're meant to transform and become somebody new along the journey of achieving whatever it is that you desire, or getting the outcome that you desire. We also have health coming through as well. So putting your health first rather than rushing things, because sometimes when we rush things, it's like literally not healthy for the development of whatever we're building or whatever we're doing. Sometimes like the best way to do things is doing it slow. And then look, we have the victory card for you. And then we also have divine guidance. Victory and divine guidance. You're being divinely guided. You can absolutely achieve your outcome, but it really requires not giving up on it first and foremost. Continuing forward and knowing that you can and will achieve your desire, but doing it in a patient way, allowing the universe to work its magic, allowing yourself to work your magic, okay? And then let's see what else we get here for you, my beautiful group 3s. Let's see. We also have bend, but do not break. Bend, but do not break. I allow myself to rest and renew my vitality. Don't rush. Allow yourself to rest and renew your vitality for your journey ahead. We also have health. For those of you that are asking about health, Maybe it's like, yes, you're going to manifest the health that you desire, but perhaps it requires patience, slowing down. You're going to be able to manifest the vision that you have. You're going to be able to manifest the vision that you have. And your answer is coming. But it really requires you putting your health first. The victory. Continue seeking the answers. Continue seeking the information that you need in order to make it happen. That is something that I'm hearing, is that there's more things that need to be learned in order for you to get to your outcome that you desire. There's more experiences that are going to guide you to finding the answer that's going to be the answer that brings you to what you desire. We also have the card of trust coming through. Trust. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. So trust in yourself, knowing that you have the capability to make it happen. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. And so another aspect of this is, if this is career oriented or, something like this, the robin trusts herself. She trusts and knows that I have the ability to achieve exactly what I want. I'm not going to trust, the job that I have, because that could leave me at any moment. I'm not going to trust anything else that I'm sitting on. I'm not going to trust whatever. I'm going to trust myself and know that I can make it happen. And then we also have the card of flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. Another thing, talking about don't rush it. That's been a theme in another group here as well, was like, don't rush the process. In fact, that's been a theme thus far. There's a lot of themes about don't rush. Don't rush. You will achieve what you desire. So that's what we have here. My beautiful group number 3s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time. Oh, and I quickly wanted to mention that my jewelry company, Luna Gem, has some brand new bracelets out. So if you are interested in any crystal jewelry, we make the most gorgeous hand-beaded bracelets. They're made with gold fill, so you can wear them in water and they do not tarnish. And we just came out with these brand new gemstones. We have blue topaz, and this is offered in a smooth bracelet, which is the one I'm wearing right now. And we also have a faceted bracelet, so it's like super sparkly when you move it around. So it comes in 2 different types. We also have the mini selenite bracelets out now. We also have preonite, which is so gorgeous. We also have ruby on the site and tons of other ones as well. And the reason why I started the company Luna Gem is because I could never find bracelets that fit me, and we make bracelets according to your wrist size. I started a company that we make the bracelets according to your particular wrist size. So you can measure your wrist and then choose the size that matches your wrist. And then you have bracelets that perfectly fit you, and they look gorgeous. We also have rings and necklaces and earrings and tons of other jewelry on the site as well. So I'll have that information linked down below, and we use the highest quality gemstones so that you can get all the energetic benefits from them. But yeah, I'll have all that linked down below as always. And thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. And until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 4s, let's go ahead and see the answer to your yes or no question. Ooh, woo! 7 of Swords being reversed and 9 of Swords upright. So my group 4s, the answer to your yes or no question right off the bat, the 9 of Swords upright. This is not something that you would want to happen. So immediately I'm getting the answer of no, which sometimes no is like the answer that we're seeking. It's sometimes like, oh, thank goodness it's a no. And then, other times we're slightly disappointed that it's a no. What I'm hearing from Spirit is that this is a good, positive no, that you are going to be so happy that this is a no. Even if you are disappointed to hear that right off the bat right now, there is a positive reason where you're going to be looking back on in the future and thinking like, what a relief that was a no. What a relief that didn't happen. What a relief that things guided me in life differently, to a different outcome, to a different path. So I am getting a no for you, and I'm getting that it's going to be very positive, where it's like, oh, thank goodness that didn't turn out the way that maybe I anticipated, or all of that. It's going to be very positive, and it's going to allow you to live a life with a whole lot less anxiety. This is going to be healing for you, the fact that this is a no. And even though there might be disappointment attached to it, or there might be some sort of like I don't know. For some of you, there could be disappointment attached to it, or for some of you listening, it's just like, oh, thank goodness it's a no. Oh, thank goodness. Like that might be the answer that you were like hoping to hear. But what I can tell you right now is that even if it wasn't something you were hoping to hear in the moment, it's going to be something that you are very glad turned out this way in the future. So let's see what else we get for you. We have Secret Garden, planting new seeds, hidden dreams, and nourishment. So there's actually hidden things that you don't see right now that are part of this puzzle. Like there is hidden things in your future that you might not be anticipating or seeing. There's a secret garden awaiting you, and a secret garden leads us to abundance, happiness, the birth, the sprouting of new life, new opportunity, new direction, new love, new abundance, new doors opening for us, new realizations that are just like, oh, this is happy, this is nourishing, this is thriving. There could be something that you haven't considered quite yet. And then the Nine of Swords over here, like, it might be a disappointment in the moment, or it might be something that was worrisome or anxiety ridden in the moment, but it's going to be like literally the outcome that I see for you is like, this is going to be such a positive redirection. This is going to be such a positive thing to occur that's going to bring you ease. It's going to bring you comfort. It's going to bring you betterness is what I can say, betterness. Let's go ahead and see another card that we can get from here. So we also have Reflections of Time. Yes, this makes so much sense coming through. Reflections of Time. So you're gonna be able to look back on this later and be like, wow, I am so glad that that did not turn out the way I anticipated, or that I was hoping, or that I was thinking was gonna happen. Surrender, cycles of change, unearthing, and lessons. So this is a reflection period. You might not understand it in the moment. It might not make sense in the moment, but it will absolutely make sense later on, because you are being guided to your secret garden. You're being guided to the garden that you didn't even know existed. And I'm hearing kind of almost like the Garden of Eden type of thing. Like, you know, if like your own personal oasis, your own personal like lush happiness, positive outcome, like the thing that's actually meant for you, which is so much better. It's so much more positive. It's so much more the life that's meant for you. It's like opening up a new door. There's a new door that's going to be opening. That is absolutely what I'm hearing. There's a new door, and we're going from kind of like a darkness into a lightness, and then all of a sudden discovering our own personal oasis, our own personal kind of garden that we didn't know existed. The outcome we didn't realize existed. Because if you realized it right now, you'd be like, oh, why am I even trying to go in this other direction? If only I knew that what awaited me on the other side, what awaited me later on, because it's going to be so much better than what you're currently maybe anticipating or moving towards or debating or thinking of, or whatever the case may be. Or again, like if you're asking about something that you're like so relieved to hear a no, it's because the universe is, again, there's something so great on the way from this. It's like, no, let go of these worries, let go of what this is, because something so much better is blooming and blossoming, and there's greatness on the other side here. So let's see what else we get here for you. We have Connect to Heart. So connecting back to your heart, staying loyal to yourself. Stay loyal to yourself and connect to your heart, because I think your heart wants to speak to you right now about maybe the direction that you're going in, or what to do from here, or your heart's speaking to you in some profound ways right now, if only we listen, right? So it's time to connect back to your heart in order to listen to, okay, what does my heart really want? What is my heart calling me to do? Maybe it's calling me to love myself more. Maybe it's calling me to think about, what do I really want in my future? And then we also have the card of patience. So allowing patience, you know, not rushing to a certain outcome, not rushing for a certain answer. Of course, your answer here is a no, because there's something so much better that awaits you. There's something so much better that awaits you. And look at, we have power coming up as well. So patience first and foremost, patience. The turtle wins the race. This is an example that I've been using so often lately. And even this card has a turtle shell on it. So the turtle wins the race, my love. The turtle wins the race. The slower you go, the more patience you have without trying to rush yourself or rush a certain outcome or all of that. Just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. And then over time, your inner power is going to really ramp up. Your inner power is going to say, okay, let's move forward. Let's have a breakthrough. Like I'm hearing in this card, the energy of a breakthrough. And I'm almost seeing like the dogs being really similar to the bears that are right here. And it's almost like you're going from this energy where you were maybe almost a people pleaser, or the dog is giving me this very domesticated and controlled energy where it almost felt like maybe we needed to obey someone else or obey someone else's vision or let go of our authenticity in order to be liked or accepted. And upon doing so, it's like maybe we've lost connection with our own heart, our own direction. But I'm seeing you connecting back to your heart, and then through that, stepping more into your power, and then letting your more wild, more instinctual side out, like the real side of you that says, you know what, this is who I am. This is what I really want. And I'm having a breakthrough of who I am and what I want and who I'm becoming. It's like you're really stepping into your power. And part of this is like the initiation into your power. Okay. So that's another thing that I'm hearing from this as well. Is like part of whatever it is that you're asking about is like your initiation into your power. Maybe you're asking about like, what should I say to this person? And maybe your heart tells you like, hey, I need to say no. But maybe that really requires you stepping outside of your comfort zone to be like, hey, no. Maybe it's going to require you to like, again, step outside of your comfort zone and be like, okay, I actually need to say no and I need to disappoint somebody for a second. And maybe that's something that we used to be uncomfortable with. Maybe that's something that gave us a lot of anxiety or kept us up with worries at night and all these types of things. And maybe we just really need to speak our voice, right? Connect to heart. Like the dog here has his mouth shut. He's being a good boy. But do you really want to do that? Is your heart really telling you to do that? Or is your heart telling you to step up into your power and roar? And to say what's really on your mind? It doesn't mean like we need to roar in like a, uncompassionate kind of way. We can also roar and allow ourselves to step up into our power, but do so from a compassionate way, being like, you know what? I'm just going to be myself now. I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing to be me. I'm choosing to have a breakthrough. I'm choosing to do things differently. I'm choosing to confront my own inner demons and say, you know what? No, you don't have control over me anymore. I'm not going to be consumed by fear anymore or consumed by worries anymore or consumed by any of these things anymore. It's like I'm stepping up into my power and I'm going to be really myself and I'm going to let myself really shine and come through. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you here. My group 4 is all about the answer to your yes or no question. We have a risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. That is a powerful, powerful card. Learn to grow wherever you're planted. Realize that no matter what situation you're in, you can grow from here and learn how to grow, learn how to flourish, learn how to thrive in any situation. And that is where you step into your power. And that's where you become your most powerful self. When you learn how to grow and how to have breakthroughs and how to be yourself wherever you currently are, no matter how difficult it currently is, because that is, again, where you step into your true power. And I see that that is what this is actually guiding you to realize. It's guiding you to realize your true power. This whole situation you're in is guiding you to realize your true power. To no longer obey old thinking patterns, old fears. To no longer obey what society expects of you or all these other things. It's like you stepping up into your own power. Okay, and let's see what else we have for you. Ooh, these 2 cards want to come out. We have take your darkest experiences and transmute them to light. Realize that there is light even within the darkest of experiences that we have. So take your darkest experiences and transmute them into light. I love that that one's coming up. So how can we see them from light? How can we see even our darkest experiences from a place of light? Then we also have never make yourself small for anyone. Never make yourself small for anyone. So sometimes when we can look at our darkest situations, maybe we're in a dark situation right now and it's really hard, but it's calling us to step up into our power. And then we realize, oh, wait, maybe I can be really thankful for this experience because maybe it's teaching me how to be powerful and I'll never have to be small again. I'll never have to come back to this obedience to dishonor who I really am. So maybe we're learning how to be our powerful self. Ah, that's beautiful. And then again, never make yourself small for anyone. We're learning how to stay powerful, how to stay strong, how to stay authentic, and all of that. So that is what we have here for you. My beautiful group number 4 is all about the answer to your yes or no question. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love. I know you got this. You can step up into your power. I feel your power even right now. You have more power within you than you've even given yourself credit for. You have so much more power within you. There's a beautiful secret garden oasis that you're about to discover through opening up new doors by honoring this no, by honoring the closing of a certain chapter in order to open up a new one. Because there's so much more that awaits you. This is about you stepping up into your power, my love. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. And as well, I just wanted to mention that my jewelry company, Luna Gem, just came out with some brand new products. We have all brand new bracelets. So we have Blue Topaz. This is one of my new favorites. It comes in a smooth version, which is the one I'm wearing right now. And then we also have a faceted version, which is like super sparkly because it has little facets on it. And then we also have this mini Selenite bracelet now. And we also have Preonite. And we hand make these bracelets according to your wrist size. And the reason why I started Luna Gem is because I could never find crystal beaded bracelets that were like really beautiful, high quality, and actually fit my wrist. And so I began a company which solves all those issues. We make hand beaded bracelets with the most beautiful, authentic, gorgeous, high quality crystals so that you actually get the most potent, beautiful, energetic, metaphysical kind of energies from them when you wear them. You can read about their descriptions and their metaphysical properties online. But then we also, again, make them according to your wrist size. So you measure your wrist, then you choose your wrist size on the drop-down menu, and then you have bracelets that perfectly fit you the way you want them to. And we also make them with gold fill, so they do not tarnish. You can even wear them in water. I wear mine in water all the time, and they look pristine and gorgeous as always. So again, all the information for that will be linked down below. We also have rings, necklaces, earrings, and so many other pieces of jewelry, and we also have crystals and all kinds of things. So all that will be linked down below. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video, and until next time, bye.